Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin this lesson by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. I'm back with another lesson, and the title of this one will be The Strangeness of His Salvation. And the inspiration for the lesson is this, it's an AI clip, but it's pretty mighty, it's a pretty powerful clip. And I'll play the clip, and then we'll go into some scriptures, and Lord willing, it's edifying. So here's the clip.
Stephen, I don't think that's an alien ship.
David, that thing's covering half the damn sky. What else you want to call it?
A chariot.
A what?
A chariot. Like the ones described in the Bible.
So those aren't aliens?
No. Angels. And they're here to retrieve their people.
Their people?
People like you. Before they destroy this place. Mystery Babylon.
You're talking about America?
Yeah. According to the prophecy, her judgment is already set.
So what happens to my people?
They're gathered first. That's why the angels are here.
So this ain't just an invasion.
It's also a rescue.
So pretty much just breaking it down, how the elect of the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are going to be delivered from the destruction when America gets completely obliterated by those nuclear missiles. So, and that's far beyond anybody's expectations, because only the beginning with the 144,000 and the 130 elect have this breath of life, this understanding of prophecy, exactly how it's going to go down. You know, beginning with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and beginning with Elder Abba Bivens, who was the prophet Elijah and the reincarnation. You know, we got this understanding back. The books were sealed, and now what's that in Daniel? I mean, we can get it. Daniel 12, because for about 350 years, we had no understanding. The books were sealed. But now in these last days, you know, the Lord is pouring out his spirit on his men, and we have this understanding, this breath of life. This is Daniel 12 and 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. So, hey, the books were sealed and now they're open, because we're at the end, and knowledge is increasing. Knowledge and wisdom of the scriptures, but also technology-wise, you know. The answer to everything is at the palm of your hand. You know, you really got to go out of your way to be ignorant in this day and age. But also, the majority of the people are blinded by the Lord, because only the election have obtained it. Romans 11 and 7. The rest were blinded. Only the elect have this understanding. And I'm kind of all over the place, Salakia, but yeah, back to the video. The strangeness of his salvation. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 1. It reads, Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. You know, we go out there and prophesy boldly. Verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. See, 2/3 of our people are not expecting a so-called black man, Yahweh Shai, to crack those clouds as it's raining nuclear missiles, as, you know, the alarms are going off. America's about to get nuked. Boom. Yahweh Shai and the angels crack the clouds and see the elect getting beamed up from the destruction. That's going to fuck their mind up. You know, that's the strangeness of his salvation. That's what salvation is. The elect are going to get beamed up into those ships. And just how in the video, you know, what are you talking about? They're angels. So, you know, Esau's done a good job at deceiving the masses, conditioning the masses into thinking those so-called UFOs are little green men, aliens from other planets. But that's far from the truth. The chariots have always been among us in the scriptures when we were in the wilderness. when in the book of 2 Kings, when Elijah was beamed up was beamed up. You can go into that. So yeah, that's the strangeness of his salvation. So far beyond all that they look for. These people, especially our people, are not expecting this to go down, but this is prophecy. It's going to go down. Verse 3, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. You see, a prophet has no honor in his city. People look at us like crazy, insane, standing out there with our garments, speaking to ourselves, because people don't listen. Very rare when we're fishing for the elect, but it's very rare to get fruit at your camp. But we're doing this to make our own calling and election sure. Getting the blood off our hands. They count our life as madness, but at the end, then shall they know a prophet have been among them. Verse 5, how is he numbered among the children of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, and his law is among the saints. So, hey, we do this, our labor is not in vain. The Lord will come through for us, and Lord willing, we're part of that elect, get delivered, in those so-called UFOs. That's the strangeness of his salvation. Let's get Matthew 24. And verse 30. It reads, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. You see, the Bible is written in code, and only the elect have the spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, to understand. The clouds is referring to those so-called UFOs. Yahweh Shai is going to come in a big fathership with power and great glory. Verse 31, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Because the elect are scattered throughout the whole world. A small remnant, pockets of elect, men, women, and children are scattered throughout the whole world. But the bulk of the elect are here in Babylon the Great, which is America, where the great deliverance and destruction is going to take place. So that's, those so-called UFOs are going to beam up the elect from the four corners of the earth. So let's get the book of Psalm 68. Because in that video, Will Smith was telling him, what do you mean? They're not aliens? He's like, they're angels. Because in those vehicles are the angels of the Lord. Psalm 68. Observing everything. We always see chariot sightings. When at night when I'm walking my dog, I'm always looking at the sky. You see a chariot, hey, you say Shalom, call out Yahweh Bashum Yahushai. There's an angel up there. Psalm 68 and 17. It reads, the chariots of God are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place. So the chariots of the Lord are everywhere. They're the eyes of the Lord. And they're those so-called UFOs. And only, the elect have this understanding. That's when I first came into the truth, that's what sealed the deal for me. When I heard the name Yahweh Bashum Yahushai. Yahweh Shai is a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. And then, the 12 tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And then when I heard about the UFOs, it just made sense. Boom. Because you can't deny the chariots. You can't deny the UFOs. And people are just come to the conclusion that they're aliens. But nah, man, they're the angels of the Lord. And the proof is in the scriptures. For those that have eyes to see. Let's get Revelation 17 from the top. Because what are those chariots going to deliver us from? From the destruction of Babylon the Great, America. From the top it reads, and there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. And that's prophecy. This place is marked for destruction. 2. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication, that doeth thy will, spirit, that has polluted the whole earth. You know, no more morals. We live in a godless society, and it's poured out to these other nations. So the whole world has drunken from the wine of Salakia, of Esau, Edom. Do as thy will, you know. As in the days of Noah, modern day Sodom and Egypt, man, this place is extremely wicked and it has to be destroyed. Verse 3, so he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And that's referring to like the NATO and the EU, all these nations, these allies. Or Salakia, I need to go back to the drawing board. 7 heads and 10 horns. It might have been the Roman Empire, Egyptian Empire, Salakia. But nonetheless, Babylon the Great is America. Verse 4, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And that's speaking of America. Verse 5, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and the abominations of the earth. So that's modern day America. And it's destined for destruction. It's marked for destruction. And the prophets are out here, you know, blowing the trumpet, warning our people to repent, because the end of all things is at hand. The destruction is at hand. And we see it. You know, we see the writing on the wall. The collapse is imminent. You see all these blackouts happening around us, earthquakes, World War III is at hand. We're just waiting for that RFID microchip to be mandated, and then for those nuclear missiles to come flying so we can get up out of here. And how are we going to get up out of here? By the so-called UFOs. And if you have to die for your faith, you'll be the first ones raised up. So no matter what, the elect are going to be on those chariots watching the destruction. It's Isaiah 13. It reads from the top, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of a great multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord Yahweh of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. So, you know, the Lord is putting the spirit of war in all these nations, and they're going to gather together and over there in the Middle East and fight this third world war. Verse 5, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord Yahweh, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the land, to destroy the whole land. So the weapons of his indignation, those are those nuclear missiles, and they're going to be shot from the ends of the earth here to America to completely destroy this wicked place. Verse 6, Howl ye, for the day of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. You see that? So that's how it's going to go down. Complete destruction for this place, America, Babylon the Great. People, you know, 2/3 of our people love it here. They don't want you. They hear about America being destroyed. They don't want to hear it. Hey, but you can ignore all you want. It doesn't stop prophecy from unfolding. This is 2 Peter 3:10. It reads, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. That's another example. How are the elements going to melt? You know how hot those nuclear warheads are? It's going to melt everything. Everything we see here in America is going to be melted, turned to a lake of fire. The only way to escape are those so-called UFOs, the chariots of our salvation. And it's going to come as a thief in the night when you least expect it. These plagues, this place is being plagued. When you least expect it, boom, no electricity, boom, no running water, big ass earthquake, no food, famine. And then the great finale is those nuclear missiles for those that took that microchip. That's the end game before the kingdom of heaven. And the prophets have the playbook. We have the understanding. We have the breath of life. Whether they hear, whether they forbear, we're confident in what we teach and what we preach. And we're willing to go all the way. We're willing to lose our life for this faith, because we're going to get glory in the kingdom. And the victory is already written. I'll close it out with Revelation 15:2. Because no matter what Esau threatens you with, we got the victory. Verse 2, 15 and verse 2. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So we're going to stand above the firmament on a chariot, watching the Lord willing. I'm part of that number, you know. Hey, we hope and pray. That's what we do this, to endure unto the end. But we're going to watch the destruction of America, praising, you know, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You can only imagine how amazing and powerful it's going to be. And that's it. You get crowned by Yahweh Shai. Well done, my good and faithful servant. Hey, that's why we do this, man. And once this place is destroyed, eternal glory in the kingdom. No more sorrow, no more suffering. For Esau, your sorrows are just beginning. For Esau, Edom. But for the nation of Israel, you Israelites, we got next. Esau's the end of the world. Jacob's the beginning of it that followeth. So, hey, I pray this lesson was edifying. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.